One of the more overlooked parks in the Northeast United States is Quassy Amusement Park, located in Middlebury, Connecticut. The park is small and filled with mainly family rides and kiddie rides. However, there is one main draw for coaster enthusiasts, and that is Wooden Warrior, their Gravity Group Junior Wooden Coaster. It's probably one of the best definitions of quote-unquote don't judge a book by its cover. Wooden Warrior is one of the smaller Gravity Group family coasters, coming in at 32 feet tall, and it looks like absolutely nothing, even it with being one of the tallest rides in the park. So in this video, I'll be reviewing the ride. Also, I do apologize if the audio is kind of weird sounding. There's a really heavy rainstorm going on outside right now, so if you guys hear anything, it's just that. So starting out with the stats, the drop only comes in at 36 feet tall, and the max speed is 35 miles an hour. These stats do not impress at all. However, out of the 26 wooden coasters I've been on, this is one of the best. Beginning the experience, you walk into the rides queue, which has no theming, but the presentation is nice since there are trees overhanging the pathway and the coaster surrounds you. There's also some funny signs about loose articles, like for example, definitions of a crunch and a ding, which are the sounds of a phone hitting the track and getting ran over by the trains. Kind of funny how they enforce the loose article policy, and it's definitely an effective way of doing it. Once you get into the station, it's a very small station, but it's made out of wood for the most part, and it looks pretty nice. There is only one train on this ride, so if there is a long line, the line may move a little slow, but the ride's pretty short, so it doesn't really need two trains, but it'd definitely be nice. Speaking of the trains are Gravity Group Timberliners. This was actually the first ride to use these trains, and it was the first junior wooden coaster from them. These trains are surprisingly comfy for how small they are, and to be honest, they aren't even that small. They're just a slightly tight fit for anyone my size, so 6 foot, around 200 pounds. These trains accommodate children 40 inches and up, which is insanely small. During my visit in 2021, we saw multiple little kids who were probably around 3 or 4 years old riding this, which is crazy to see. The fact that these trains are only slightly cramped and have that small of a height requirement is crazy. Nobody else in my group except for Nevin said that they were tight, and even then, like I said, they were not that tight at all. It's just a nitpick, and I'm sure to anyone else who is smaller than me, it's not even that bad. Even Audrey was saying that she had plenty of room. So, like I said, the fact that these accommodate 40 inches is crazy. The ride starts with a slight dip and turn out of the station. It leads into the 32-foot tall lift. After the lift, you take a 180-degree right turn. The turn has some speed after coming off the lift, so you get some slight laterals at the middle of the turn. Next up comes to the drop. You only drop 36 feet, but this thing does not mess around. Up front, you kind of get thrown over into this steep drop and get some slight floater airtime. In the back, you get absolutely ripped over with ejector airtime. You get sustained ejector down this entire drop. Now yes, it's only 36 feet, but surprisingly, you get 1.5 to 2 seconds of airtime, so it doesn't feel like a pop of air on an RMC. It's more similar to the drop off a block break on a B&M Hyper like Nitro, but with pure ejector. After the first drop, you head into a tiny speed hill, which gives strong floater. The hill leads into an upwards turn, which gives some laterals. Then the turn leads into one of the best moments on the ride, the sustained ejector hill. Every seat on the ride gets a few seconds of great ejector airtime. The front and back are overall equal on it. The ride then dips down into its lowest point, as the ride does use the terrain to its advantage slightly. There are no positives or laterals, but since it's a tighter valley, you feel like you're going a lot faster than you really are. The ride rises up into the turnaround, which gives some good floater airtime. The turnaround is enclosed in a tunnel, so it gets loud and it makes it feel more intense. The turnaround doesn't offer any laterals or positives, but it's definitely a fun element since you're in the tunnel, and sometimes it's dark, depending if they have the lights on or not. The drop off the turnaround gives some good floater air up in the front, but it gives very strong floater air in the back, and it comes close to ejector to be honest. The next element is a double up, which gives some good floater air time on the step up, and same on the second hill. The next element is a left turning hill that is barely banked, so you get thrown to the right with some good laterals. The hill doesn't give any actual airtime, but you can almost feel your body lift up a little bit. After the hard turn to the left, there are 2 bunny hops, which give some weak floater airtime. At this point, the ride has lost most of its speed from traveling over the double up, since the elevation has changed. To put a perspective on it, the final 2 bunny hops are actually higher level than the turnaround, which is one of the tallest moments on the ride. According to Google Earth, the turn is around 718 feet in elevation, or 23 feet off the ground, while the final 2 bunny hops are 722 feet in elevation, or only 8 feet off the ground, so you can really tell how much the elevation changes. After the final bunny hops is a low bank turn, which gives some fun sustained laterals until it straightens out onto the brake run. Overall, the ride is quite short in duration and height, but man does it pack a punch. I spent about 4 hours in the park simply just marathoning Wooden Warrior most of the time. Also, I should add that this coaster is now 10 years old and is still butter smooth. Gravity Group delivered an excellent product with both the ride and the trains. Quassy is clearly proud of it and takes great care of it. This is the only family coaster that ranks into my top 50 and currently sits at number 33 above other notable wooden coasters like Twister at Knoebels and the Hershey Park wooden coasters. It also sits above other steel coasters like Talon and Great Bear. So in terms of a family coaster, this gets a 10 out of 10 in its own class. It is the true definition of a family coaster. Low height requirement, a small stature so it's not intimidating to kids, but offers thrills for the entire family, young and old alike. To see 4-year-olds marathoning this ride with a bunch of 18 to 21-year-olds, I mean, we really are 4 at hearts, but that's besides the point. Shows how great this family coaster is. This is currently the only Gravity Group coaster I've been on, but I plan on riding 3 more this year with Kentucky Flyer, The Voyage, and Oscar's Wacky Taxi. These 3 are said to be some of the best of their work, with Flyer and Oscar's being some of the best family coasters and Voyage being their masterpiece. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, make sure you leave a like and possibly even subscribe. It's been slowly growing lately, so any subs are greatly appreciated. Make sure to comment your thoughts on Wooden Warrior down below, or any of the other Gravity Group family coasters. Once again, thanks for watching. Hope to see everyone in the next video.